So right now, fuel is like liquid gold hapa Kenya. Na huku nje, mambo inazidi kuwa chafu sana. Conflict between Iran, Israel and the US is pushing global prices higher. Na kila msee anatetemeka akigoja the next IPRA review. But while you turn off your engine to save a few coins in traffic, kuna wasee wanachoma millions kila siku. Today is March the 13th and a massive audit report just dropped. Na story ya kushtua sana mazee is that the presidency spent a combined total of 298.58 million on fuel in just 6 months. Ini austerity ama ni heist ya mchana? Well, let's dive into the math yenye as it makes sense kabisa. Literally, the math is not mathing. So, according to a fresh report from the Controller of Budget, our say wako na lane yao wenyewe. Out of that 298 million total, State House pekee imechoma 202.96 million kwa fuel. That is the second highest expenditure in the whole government, ikifuata tu ile ya makarao. So, the office of the DP also used like 68.77 million. Huku ofisi ya rais ikichoma 26.85 million. You know, it's crazy because tangu Ruto aingie, since Ruto took office back in 2022, State House pekee ishakula over 1 billion on fuel alone. Why is spending going up every year wakati ground inasema pesa hakuna? It looks like this budget haina break yoyote. It looks like budget ni wewe pekee ndo uko na budget. These other guys, the sky is the limit. So if you want to see how the math is not mathing, well, let's take a look at the actual volume of this fuel ndo uelewe is scale ya hii story. If you take that 298 million and the current fuel prices, hiyo ni kama 1.7 million liters of petrol, 1.7 million liters in just 180 days. Bro, hiyo ni kama tankers like 170 zimepotea State House. We are talking about nearly 9,600 liters being used every single day. How many cars move out of the State House ndo imalize 9,000 liters daily? Physically, it's like it's really impossible, and it hints at a massive slash fund yenye imefichwa ndani ya hizi bills. Then we have the office of the deputy president, Bwana Kithure Kindiki. Hapo nako 68.7 million imechomwa kwa mafuta within 6 months. We've seen him drop the soft-spoken vibe na kuanza stories za fire si fire. But clearly, that fire needs a lot of fuel ndio wake hivi. So he's been traversing the country for empowerment trips na kukampenia wase wa UDA kwa mini polls. Basically, your taxes are funding early campaigns for 2027. Visibility imekuwa priority kuliko life ya msee anazama kwa floods. There's a reason why I'm saying this. And just to put things in perspective, this is just a by the way comparison. So when Governor Sakaja alikuwa anahostiwa na Jeff Koinange, he said that Nairobi needs an extra 20 billion ndo aweze kufix shida za drainage na kuzuia hizi floods. But as usual, unajua Sakaja ni msee anajiteteanga like pesa hakuna. So alisema hiyo 20 billion hakuna, and that's why wananchi walisafa kwa maji. So coincidentally, the State House is requesting 20 billion fresh kwa budget ya next year ati ya maintenance. A city of 5 million people can't get 20 billion for safety. Lakini ofisi moja inapata 20 billion ya starehe. It means the staff at State House might need a budget yenye ni sawa na third ya Nairobi mzima. Make that math. I don't know how it does. Well, I really don't know how affordable bloggers wanaweza kutetea gava on a daily, because this is just madness. So as global prices skyrocket due to the Middle East crisis, expect easy bills kukua crazy zaidi, because story na mafuta is tied to price ya basically kila kitu. The price of mafuta goes up, everything goes up. So the more they drive seeking votes, ndio mfuko yako wanazidi kufinya. We are 18 months away from the general election. Our priorities are already ziko upside down. Now, let's look at why this is a massive disaster waiting to happen. Well, Ukunje, Middle East is on the brink of a full-scale war. It's only a matter of time if this continues. Between Iran, Israel, and the US, things are heating up, and that means crude oil prices are ready to explode. If the Strait of Hormuz is blocked, oil prices globally zitapanda kwa level hatujaiona. So analysts already are warning about petrol hitting 250 bob and even 300 bob per liter. Sasa piga hii math. Kama serikali inachoma 300 million within 6 months na bei ya saa, what happens when prices double? Your 300 million will easily balloon to like 600 million or even 1 billion. We're literally looking at a scenario where one office inachoma billions on fuel alone while ground inazidi kuumia. Is this really sustainable ama tunajidanganya? And also, I don't know how, mi sitaki kutetea Sakaja, but, ameshinda akisema ananyimwa do. So if ananyimwa 20 billion ya kurekebisha drainage ya Nairobi, we are busy funding lifestyle ya V8s na Macheska. Think about it. The same 20 billion State House is asking for maintenance could literally save millions of Nairobians from drowning in their own houses during floods. So let's take a step back kidogo tena. 20 billion could fix the city's broken infrastructure. What does the State House want? 20 billion to maintain luxury lodges and fuel high-end SUVs. Mbona mwananchi anaambiwa fungeni mshipi while the presidency is loosening theirs? It doesn't make sense for a country struggling with debt and high taxes to be spending like an oil-rich kingdom. Ile story ya Turkana Daily and bro, that's just another story for another day. But it's crazy. And let's be real. Let's call a spade a spade. Huwezi niambia ofisi moja inachoma 9,000 liters of petrol every single day. Even if you have like a fleet of 100 cars driving 24/7, iyo math bado igongi bro. This points to something much darker. A slush fund disguised as fuel expenses. Many times, hizi huge recurrent budgets ndio hutumika kuficha deals ama kufund political movements chini ya maji. Allegedly, from what guys say, like ukienda State House huwezi toka bila like 100k. That's just a word on the grapevine. It's crazy, but ina make sense. How many guests does State House receive? Think about it. And wakati bei ya mafuta inapanda globally, it provides the perfect cover just to inflate these bills even further. But you know what's funny? President Ruto is the global champion of green energy and climate change. Tumemwona akidrive zile EV ndogo during the climate summit, showing the world that Kenya is going green. But the audit report inasema otherwise. While he's telling the world to shift to renewables, ofisi yake inachoma 1.7 million liters of fossil fuel. Rules for thee, not rules for me. Mbona austerity measures haziguzi zima V8? If they even save 30% of that fuel bill, hiyo mita mob sana zingeza kusaidia wase wengine, like, do other not creative stuff, but worthwhile things. It's one thing to talk green, but it's one thing to burn 300 million on diesel and petrol while the world is watching. Anyway, You guys tell me what you think hapo kwa comments down below. I'd be wanting to know what you guys have to think.